everybody, my name is Maya and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to have more of a chit-chatty kind of video. I haven't done any of those because they kind of seem intimidating to me and a little bit scary because I'm just getting started on this and it's a challenge. So let's just get this done and see how it goes, hopefully well. So yeah, the topic I wanted to discuss today, obviously based on the title of this video, is rereading books. So let me just tell you my reading history. I have been reading since probably when I was in middle school, maybe a little bit before that. So I have fluctuations in my reading. So there have been periods of my life where I read this much and there's periods in my life where I read nothing. Right now I'm at the period where I'm kind of reading a lot more, and it's been a year since then. So I graduated college 2 years ago and I started trying to pick up reading at that time, but it's probably been about a year and a half since I've been avidly trying to read more and getting more into books. And then I discovered BookTube, and then that encouraged me to read even more. So thank you, BookTube. And now I have this channel, right? So now I'm trying to read even more, but I'm not being, anyway, going back, I'm ranting already. So again, I started reading about a year and a half ago, and I started doing something that I had never done before, and that is I started rereading books. Never had I ever reread a single book, ever, prior to this year. I kind of started going back to the books that I know I loved at a certain point in my life, and I started rereading those. I started rereading The Shadow of the Wind because that was one of my favorite books in high school, and I recently finished rereading A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. By the way, if you have not read A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, I believe Katie from Life Between Words, she's doing a readathon type of thing with A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, so I'll link down all that information down below if you would like to join that. And I was so mad at myself because I just finished rereading it when I saw her video about doing this, you know, readathon or book buddy read, I'm not sure, but anyway, I leave that information down below if you want to like jump on that bandwagon. Anyway, I finished rereading that one, and I also reread The Book Thief, which was also one of my favorites when I read it in college. And it's just been such a great experience. Prior to this year, when I started rereading books, I saw rereading as a waste of time because I have only so much time, and then I have all this many books that I want to read, and if I reread a book that I've already read, first of all, I already know the information, and secondly, why do it again? But I don't know what happened this year that I just kind of sat down and I thought, what would happen if I read The Shadow of the Wind again? And it was such an amazing experience. I loved it, and it was so good. First of all, I was able to see things in a different perspective than when I read it the first time, because when I read it the first time I was a senior in high school, and right now I have already graduated college, so it's been a pretty large gap. So I have been able to see things differently, see characters' points of views differently, understand things differently, and so it's been a great experience just to see characters and situations in a different light because of my age. It's really interesting. It's weird too, kind of. It's been a great experience overall. Then it's not just that the fact that you see things differently, but it's also the fact that you see some of the things that remain the same. I've seen various videos out there about rereading books, and a lot of the times what they say is rereading a book is like visiting an old friend, and it's just like that. It's so great. It really takes you back to the first time you read it, and it reminds you of the reasons why you love this book so much. Anyway, I totally encourage that. If you have never reread a book, I totally encourage you to go ahead and do that. Maybe you'll love it. Maybe again you'll go and you'll feel like you will be revisiting an old friend, or maybe you'll see things completely differently, which is both are great. But it'll just remind you of why you love that book so much in the first place, and why those characters became your friends, and in what way those characters changed and impacted your life. So hence I sent you with this mission. Actually no, but I do encourage you to go ahead and pick up a book that you loved and to reread it if you haven't ever reread a book. So anyway, thank you for listening. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.